Every year my family forgot to invite me to Christmas. This year I bought a mountain house, and what I did next changed everything they thought they knew about me. My name is Ryan Mitchell. I'm 35 years old, and this is the story of how being excluded from family Christmas for 7 years led me to discover a secret fortune, buy a dream property, and teach my family the most unforgettable lesson about taking people for granted. I grew up in Boulder, Colorado. My parents, James and Susan Mitchell, were both professors at the University of Colorado. My older brother Derek was the golden child. Lawyer, married to Jennifer, a doctor. 2 perfect kids. Me? I was the disappointment. I didn't go to law school like Derek, didn't become a doctor or professor. I became a freelance graphic designer, worked from home, made decent money, but nothing impressive by my family's standards. The exclusion started small. Christmas 2017. I was 30. Got a text from Derek on December 23rd. "Hey, Mom and Dad are doing Christmas at my place this year. Small gathering, just immediate family," Derek had texted. "I'm immediate family," I'd replied. "You know what I mean. Jennifer's parents are coming. It's going to be crowded. Maybe next year," Derek had responded. I'd spent that Christmas alone, ordered Chinese food, watched old movies. Christmas 2018. Same thing. Text from my mom on December 20th. "Ryan, honey, we're doing a quiet Christmas this year. Just us and Derek's family. You understand, right?" My mom had written. "Not really. Why can't I come?" I'd asked. "Derek's house is small, and honestly, you and Jennifer don't get along. It's easier this way," she'd explained. "I've never had a problem with Jennifer. When did this become an issue?" I'd questioned. "Let's not make this difficult. We'll see you another time," my mom had said, and stopped responding. 2019, 2020, 2021, same pattern. Every year a last-minute text, some excuse. Always the same message: you're not invited. By 2022, I stopped asking, stopped expecting. I spent every Christmas alone, built my own traditions, volunteered at homeless shelters, donated to charities, made peace with it. Or so I thought. What my family didn't know was that in 2020, something had changed for me. My grandfather, my mom's father, passed away. Grandpa Tom. He'd been a quiet man, worked as an engineer for a defense contractor, lived modestly in a small house in Denver. I was the only one who visited him regularly, every Sunday for 10 years. We'd have coffee, talk about life. He'd tell me stories about his work, his life. 2 weeks after he died, I got a call from his attorney. "Mr. Mitchell, I'm Robert Palmer. I handled your grandfather's estate. He left specific instructions for you," the attorney had said. "Instructions?" I'd asked, confused. "Can you come to my office? There are documents and assets that need to be transferred to you," Mr. Palmer had explained. I'd driven to his office in Denver, sat across from him as he opened a file. "Your grandfather left his entire estate to you, solely to you, not to your mother or brother, just you," Mr. Palmer had revealed. "His estate? You mean his house?" I'd said. "Among other things, Mr. Mitchell, your grandfather was substantially wealthier than anyone knew. He had investments, patents from his engineering work, stock portfolios managed very conservatively for 40 years, the attorney had continued. He'd slid a paper across the desk. Total estate value, $4.7 million. I'd stared at the number, unable to process it. This can't be right. Grandpa lived in a tiny house, drove a 1995 Camry. He wasn't wealthy, I'd protested. He was extremely wealthy. He just chose to live simply. And he chose to leave everything to you because, in his words, "Ryan is the only one who saw me as a person, not a resource," Mr. Palmer had quoted. I'd sat there, stunned. $4.7 million. My grandfather had been secretly rich, and he'd left it all to me. "There's one condition," Mr. Palmer had added. "He asked that you not tell your family about the inheritance for at least 5 years. He wanted you to have time to use it wisely without pressure or interference." "Why 5 years?" I'd asked. He didn't specify. Just said you'd know when the time was right, the attorney had replied. I'd agreed. For the next 4 years, I'd lived quietly, invested most of the money, worked my freelance job, didn't change my lifestyle drastically. But I'd been planning. December 2024, 7 years of excluded Christmases. On December 1st, I bought a property, a stunning mountain house near Breckenridge. 5 bedrooms, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Rockies, hot tub, home theater, chef's kitchen. Cost $2.1 million, paid in cash. I spent the first 2 weeks of December furnishing it, made it perfect. On December 15th, I got the expected text from Derek. Hey Ryan, Christmas is at my place again this year. Same situation as always. You understand, Derek had written. I'd replied, Actually, I'm hosting Christmas this year, at my new place. You're all invited. Let me know if you can make it. Derek had responded immediately. Your new place? What new place? My mountain house in Breckenridge. Just bought it. Thought it would be nice to have the family here for once. I'd texted back. 3 minutes later, my mom called. Ryan, what is Derek talking about? A mountain house? My mom had demanded. Exactly what it sounds like. I bought a house. I'm hosting Christmas. You're all welcome to come, I'd told her. You bought a house? How? Those places cost millions, she'd said, shocked. I've been saving, investing, doing well with my work. I thought it was time, I'd explained vaguely. Ryan, this is very sudden. We already have plans, my mom had started. Mom, for 7 years I've been excluded from family Christmas. This year, I'm hosting. If you want to come, you're welcome. If not, that's fine too. But this is happening, I'd stated firmly. Silence. Let me talk to your father, she'd said and hung up. 2 hours later, Derek called. Dude, seriously? You bought a mountain house? How much? Derek had asked, trying to sound casual. That's personal, I'd replied. Come on, I'm your brother. What's the price tag? He'd pushed. Derek, are you coming to Christmas or not? I'd redirected. Yeah, we'll come. Jennifer's curious to see this place. Send me the address, he'd said. Great. See you Christmas Eve. Dinner at 6 p.m., I'd told him. Christmas Eve arrived. I'd hired a private chef, decorated the house beautifully, set up guest rooms for anyone who wanted to stay overnight. At 5:30 p.m., cars started pulling up. My parents arrived first. I watched from the window as they got out of their car, staring at the house with their mouths open. Derek and Jennifer pulled up next with their kids. I opened the door. Welcome to my home, I'd said, smiling. My mom walked in slowly, looking around. Ryan, how did you afford this? Come in, let me give you the tour, I'd offered. I'd shown them every room, the home theater, the hot tub overlooking the mountains, the wine cellar, the game room. Derek kept looking at everything with calculating eyes. Ryan, be straight with me. What did this cost? Does it matter? I'd replied. Yes, it matters. This is easily $2 million. Where did you get $2 million? Derek had demanded. I'd sat everyone down in the living room. Before we have dinner, I want to tell you something. Something Grandpa Tom left me instructions to share, I'd begun. My mom's face had changed. Grandpa Tom? What about him? When he died in 2020, he left me his entire estate, $4.7 million. He asked me not to tell anyone for 5 years, to see what I'd do with it, how I'd handle it, I'd revealed. The room had gone silent. He left you $4.7 million? My dad had said slowly. Nothing to Susan? Nothing to Derek? Nothing, just me, because I was the only one who visited him, the only one who cared about him as a person, I'd confirmed. That's not fair. He was my father, my mom had protested. When's the last time you visited him, Mom? Before he died? I'd challenged. She'd looked away. I was busy. Work was demanding. I visited every Sunday for 10 years. Every single Sunday. You couldn't visit once a month? I'd interrupted. Derek had stood up. So what, you've been secretly rich for 4 years and didn't tell us? Grandpa asked me not to. And honestly, I wanted to see if anything would change. If you'd include me in Christmas without knowing I had money. You never did, I'd explained. Ryan, that's not fair. We had legitimate reasons, my mom had started. What reasons? Derek's house is small? Jennifer and I don't get along? Those were excuses. Admit it. You didn't think I was worth including, I'd said, my voice steady. Jennifer had spoken up. Ryan, it wasn't personal. It was completely personal. For 7 years, you celebrated Christmas as a family, without me, because I wasn't successful enough, wasn't impressive enough, wasn't worth the effort, I'd stated. My dad had cleared his throat. Son, if we made you feel excluded, we're sorry. But you have to understand, we were just trying to... To what? Protect Derek's perfect family image? Make sure the disappointment wasn't there to bring down the mood? I'd finished for him. The truth hung in the air. My mom's eyes had filled with tears. We never called you a disappointment. You didn't have to say it. You showed it. Every year. Every excuse. Every last-minute text. I'd replied. Derek had sat back down. Okay, fine. We messed up. We should have included you. But you're including us now, right? So we can move past this? That's the thing, Derek. I'm not sure I want to, I'd said quietly. What do you mean? My mom had asked, alarmed. I mean, you're here because you found out I have money, because I have an impressive house. If I was still living in my small apartment, working my little graphic design job, would you be here? I'd questioned. Silence. Exactly. So here's what's going to happen. Dinner is ready. You're welcome to stay. Eat. Enjoy the house. But after tonight, I'm going to need time to figure out if I want people in my life who only value me when I have something they want, I'd declared. My mom had reached for me. Ryan, please, we love you. Do you? Or do you love the version of me that finally fits your expectations? I'd asked. The chef had entered. Dinner is served. We'd eaten in uncomfortable silence. The food was incredible. The atmosphere was tense. After dinner, my parents had tried to talk to me, apologize, explain. I'd listened, but I hadn't forgiven. Not yet. They'd left around 10 p.m. Derek had pulled me aside before leaving. I'm sorry, Ryan. Genuinely. We took you for granted. Can we fix this? Derek had asked. I don't know. Time will tell, I'd replied. Derek had nodded. Fair enough. Thanks for having us. The house is incredible. After everyone left, I'd sat on the deck, looked at the mountains, thought about Grandpa Tom. He'd known my family would exclude me, that they'd value success over character. That's why he'd left everything to me, not to punish them, but to give me the resources to never need their approval again. 3 months have passed. It's March 2025 now. My family has tried to reconnect. Weekly calls, invitations to dinner, apologies. I've engaged cautiously, set boundaries, made it clear that money doesn't buy their way back into my life. Character does. Derek's made an effort, real effort. Invited me to his kids' events. Actually spent time with me without mentioning my money. My parents are trying, slowly learning that love isn't conditional on achievement. Jennifer? Still awkward, but polite. I'm rebuilding, on my terms. The mountain house? It's become my sanctuary. I host friends there, people who valued me before they knew I had money. Next Christmas, I might invite my family again. Maybe, if they've proven they've changed. Or maybe I'll spend it with people who never needed proof of my worth. Here's what I learned. People will exclude you until you have something they want. Then suddenly, you matter. That's not love. That's opportunism. I also learned that the best inheritance isn't money. It's wisdom. Grandpa Tom gave me both. But the wisdom to see my family clearly? That was worth more than millions. Most importantly, never chase people who don't value you. Build a life so full, so rich, so complete that their absence doesn't matter. That's not revenge. That's freedom. Some families love unconditionally. Others love transactionally. Know which one you have. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button and tell me which country you're watching from. I love hearing from all of you. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss these powerful stories about family, betrayal, justice, and finding your way back to what truly matters. New story every single day that will make you think, feel, and connect. See you in the next one. Take care.